Hi, my name is Sam. I'm a graduate from Christ for the Nations Institute in Dallas, Texas, and I've spent the past 10 years healing from the damage done to my mental health in 3 years that I was studying there as a student. Now I'm telling my stories. In a previous post, I talked about how dangerous the ideology is that mental illness is a result of demonic oppression and how just that thought can mess with someone's head. But let me add to that a little bit. When you have someone who is dealing with a mental health issue, who may also be a person who is neurodivergent, I can't stress enough how traumatic it is to be laying hands on that person and shouting and screaming and saying that you rebuke demons. When you are somebody who is neurodivergent, you experience things differently, and you have cases where you experience sensory overload, and that sensory overload can be so emotionally taxing on you, where it can result in emotional breakdowns, it can result in anger, it can result in a lot of emotional outbursts that could look like it was a demonic attack when you're praying for somebody at the altar, when in reality what is happening is that person is experiencing overwhelming emotions from what they've been dealing with in their mind, and then on top of that they're dealing with the sensory overload of having people put their hands on them and scream and shout, rebuking demons. That stuff just adds to trauma for people who are experiencing the world in a different way than neurotypical people do. In many cases, when you have somebody that is dealing with a mental health issue, when you are having someone who deals with sensory issues that are different from a neurotypical person, when you are sitting there and you are shouting and you are laying hands and rebuking them and saying everything that you're saying, you are only further traumatizing people. You are creating a situation where we're feeling a sensory overload and having an emotional reaction to that. And then once that is over, we have to recover from that. We have to recover from that emotional overwhelm. And that often leads to burnout and depression and more feelings of worthlessness and anxiety. So please, let's stop doing that. Let's stop rebuking demons from people who are dealing with mental health issues and encourage them to get the help that they need. Mental health issues are treatable medical conditions, not demonic attacks. It's possible to have peace in your mind if you get the right help. My hope is that if there's somebody watching this who's experiencing some of the same things that I experienced in my early 20s with my mental health, that they may be encouraged to get the help that you need and deserve. Nobody deserves to have their mental health care delayed. Nobody deserves to feel stuck, confused, and scared for years. Nobody deserves to be continuously re-traumatized by people who have no understanding whatsoever of mental illness. You deserve peace and you deserve a clear mind. If you're someone who's been dealing with symptoms of mental illness and you're part of an organization that is attributing those things to spiritual issues such as demonic attacks, I really want to encourage you to get help outside that organization.